Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning in to my final video on my journey of being a third-time egg donor. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a trigger warning. I'm going to be doing a lot of injections in this video, both me doing it to myself and also my nurse as well. So I just wanted to put that out there if you guys are squeamish with needles. I am going to be taking you through the realities of what my life was like while I was experiencing this egg donation. And every single morning, part of my morning routine was giving myself a injection in the belly and also in the evening. It is a very small needle and it's not very gruesome or dirty, so if you see me putting together some medicine with a needle, just click that little arrow and skip through it if you're a little squeamish. But I just wanted to come on here really quick and give you guys a trigger warning. If you're new here, hi, my name is B. I am a full-time artist, and this is my story and my journey. Thank you for being here. Hello and welcome to the third part of my egg donation journey. If you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for sticking along. And if you are new here, I have a part 1 and 2, which is going to be the beginning intro, walking through everything that I have done on my egg donation journey. The first half being more paperwork, phone calls, conversations, things of that nature. Part 2 being the doctor's appointments and the blood work and the ultrasounds and a little bit of the injecting medicine that I'll be doing that is done at home. And now part 3. Part 3 is going to be the whole entire travel, all the things that we're going to be doing and just kind of like what they are expecting, because I'm going to be seeing them like every other day or so. And yeah, we're just going to go through the whole entire egg donation process together. Tomorrow I leave from Florida to San Diego at my flight leaves at 7 a.m. and we'll be landing around maybe like 11, almost 12 in the afternoon, California time. I'm absolutely so excited. This is my third time being an egg donor, for those of you who may not have watched the first and second part of this egg donation journey. I've been so busy. I have been doing the most during this egg donation. Like, I have gone on 4 different trips for work or family related, and it's just been very busy and very chaotic. So I'm excited to go away. It is a lot longer than my last 2 donations. Like, my very first one was in town, so it wasn't like that serious. I just went and then got driven home and then was home. The last one, I think I was gone for like a week and a half. This time I'm going to be gone for almost 2.5 weeks, like 2 weeks and like maybe 3 days or something like that. That is a long time to be away from home and your fur babies. I'm a little sad about it. That's okay. I have nothing packed and I leave tomorrow morning. I have to leave this house at like 3 a.m. It's currently 4 p.m. and I still need to go to bed and do all the things. So I think it's time I start. And I think it's going to be chaotic packing, so I don't think I'm going to pack with you on camera, but that's what I need to do. I need to start packing and I need to get this show on the road. I need to start. Good morning. It is travel day. I woke up around 3:30 a.m. because we had to get ready. We had to drive to Orlando and we had a 7 a.m. flight with a little layover in Atlanta. But I absolutely love watching the sunrise. But because we had a 7 a.m. flight, I have an 8 a.m. injection. So I had to get that ready and do that on the airplane before we stopped in Atlanta at like 8:30, so literally 30 minutes after. One of the perks of being an egg donor is they do pay or compensate you for transportation. So our flight was included in the whole process, and we also decided to get a rental car instead of doing an Uber. This helps us be able to do things like go to In-N-Out whenever we're hungry or run to a cool attraction and not have to pay an Uber fee every single time. We stopped at In-N-Out because we don't have these in Florida, and I was so excited to get my hands on an In-N-Out. And then we had time to kill because we couldn't check into our hotel until 4. So we went to the Irvine Spectrum Center. We stopped at Yogurtland and we also walked around and looked at a bunch of different shops. This was our last stop before we decided to leave to go check into our hotel. Welcome to where home is going to be for the next like 2 weeks or so. Is the view any good? Let's see. Nope, it's fine. Not bad. So I got a little confused in the conversations that I had with my donor team, and I accidentally got the times mixed up, which wasn't a huge deal, thankfully, but I'm used to taking my injections at 8 p.m. Florida time, which would be around 5 o'clock California time. So this is at 5 o'clock. I'm getting my evening injections ready because I thought that I had to stay on the same time, but they actually advised me that that wasn't the case. So again, this morning I go in to do my injections and it is like 4:44 in the morning, and I'm thinking that I have to take my injections at like 5 a.m., which again was not the case. But I find that out when I go to do my checkup and my ultrasound. Of course, so my little medicine. My little morning pills, to drink a little bit of water, and now we are off to our appointment. So I have to do a little questionnaire, and I also just got some blood work done. So I'm just gonna fill this out. Pretty much these are the exact same questions that we did in one of the questionnaires in the first episode of the donation portion. They're asking about like tattoos. So I'm gonna fill this out, and then we're probably gonna go do like an ultrasound, and then we also have a photo shoot. And I'm pretty sure I already told you guys about the photo shoot. Blood work done, questionnaire, ultrasound, photo shoot, and then we're done. And then I don't know what we're gonna do today.
You've done this before, right? Or
This is my third time doing an egg donation, yeah.
Okay. Right.
Last one was here with you guys, actually. Well, not this facility. It was one in like San Diego. These are so cute. Aw, my little follicles. After blood work and an ultrasound, they took me to this Irvine Water District, which was so beautiful. After my appointment, I actually came and hung out here and read a little of my book before going back. I did some editing, and then it was time for me to prep for the evening's injections. And so I went ahead and did that because today all I did was go to my appointment, and then I've just kind of been settling in, dealing with a tiny, tiny bit of jet lag, but more so just being absolutely exhausted from the hormones and flying and traveling in general. Okay, so some things are shifting. I now have this that I have to do, which is my Menopur, but I'm just taking a smaller dose of it this time. I'm done with these, so I can toss them out. I do need another Sharps container though, because I don't have one. And then I'm also going to be taking this Centrotide, and it comes with all the things that I need in here. You have 2 needles. You have a yellow one and you have a gray one. You'll be using the yellow to mix and this one to inject. You'll know because this one is huge compared to this one I'll show you. So it comes with 2 needles, this vial of powder, and then this liquid. I'm going to inject this liquid into here. See how big that is? You would not want to put that in your body. Oof, not me. I've got to stir it around. Just want to make sure that there is no air. Now I got to take pictures and send them to my egg team, and then I'll be right back ready to inject. This one did not hurt last night, so I'm hoping that it doesn't hurt again tonight. Oh, that one hurts. Okay, okay. Bevel up. Okay. All done. Okay. It's such a relief when it's over. I honestly can't wait to stop doing this. I can't wait. Good morning, another day and another injection. I actually have a different dosage today. We're taking 2 different things this morning. Well, we're taking 3. I gotta take this and this per usual. And then yesterday
I did this last night because I forgot to do it yesterday morning. Also, it's like almost 8 a.m. because I'm now allowed to be on Pacific Standard Time instead of Eastern Standard Time. So that's incredible. And I have one of these. I think that our hotel is trash. I think that, well, I know there's a lot of mold. Like when I walk in, it smells like pepper, or I don't know, it just smells gross. There's mold on the outside of the fence. The last hotel I had to stay at, which was in San Diego, like I was able to have breakfast every single day, which was amazing because they give you a certain amount of money for food. California is not cheap, and I'm only here for like, last time I was here for a week, and now I'm here for 2 weeks, which is insane because it's like $500 for 2 weeks in California. Like almost every meal for us has been $20+, and I'm not really like happy about it. I don't like that we don't have breakfast because that's like a whole meal that's like taken away from us. It's really like unfortunate. So I'm definitely gonna mention that to them because I didn't realize that I was coming to LA instead of San Diego. I thought I was going to the same place because this is the same company that I donated with last time. So I thought that I'd be going and like it would be the same type of situation, but it's not. It's not the same situation at all. This is only day 2, and honestly, like I'm already tired of being here. Like last time it was fine, like it was like nice, but I feel like here it's just not. Like every time I walk into my room, it smells. And I think the best thing that Alan and I did was getting a rental car because they do cover ground transportation. Last time they only gave us $300, but they only covered the Uber rides from the airport to the hotel. And then every day I had to walk, which was right across the street, so it wasn't like a bad walk. I had to walk to the clinic every time I had to go to the clinic, which was like, so they paid for the Uber from the airport to the hotel. And then every day or any time that I had to go to the clinic, I had to walk or Uber, but they weren't going to cover that Uber. And then they also said that I get an Uber after my egg donation. So from the place, like I had to walk there the day of my donation, but then after my donation, they would Uber me from the facility back to the hotel that I was at. Obviously, I just had surgery. And then the next time I would get an Uber paid for was the Uber from the hotel back to the airport, and that was it. This time they're like $500 for any ground transportation and all the food, but last time it was like $300 for the food, and then they had like certain ones that they would cover for the Uber, and now they've lumped it all together. So we ended up going with a rental car just because then we can like go around, we can do other things, and we're here for 2 weeks, but I think we only have the rental car for like a week. I don't know. I'm not like super stoked about everything that's going on. California is not cheap, and I shouldn't have to come out of pocket for this. Like I'm helping y'all, and I know y'all are making a fuck ton of money off of this, and I just don't think it's right. Like I think you should treat your donors queens and kings because they're quite literally the reason that you guys are about to make a fuck ton of money. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't understand like why these people aren't going to be able to have babies unless I go through this. So like why am I in a moldy place? Why am I not getting breakfast like that? Like I'm mostly upset about the breakfast thing because it's just so expensive to live here. Like I was fully counting on having breakfast this morning. So, or in general, every morning I was fully expecting having breakfast. So I'm a little butthurt about that, and hormonal, which makes me a little more angry. But I just finished my putting together all of my stuff, so I need to send a photo to my egg team really quickly.
After this morning's injections, I decided to have a very big lazy day. I had a lot of editing I wanted to do, and I just had an abundance of reading time because I am absolutely obsessed with this book called Women Living Deliciously by Florence Given. I am so hooked. So I wanted to kind of have just like a relaxing lazy day. So I pretty much did this the majority of the day and then took a big fat nap. Then for dinner time, I went out and got In-N-Out, and it was like the only time I had left the house all day. You can see I'm still in the same exact clothes that I was in this morning, but I am taking so many injections and hormones, and potentially a little bit jet lagged, so I wasn't being hard on myself, and we allowed ourselves to have a full rot day, which I feel like I don't give myself permission enough to have. And that was all. I did my morning injections, literally laid around all day, ate, snacked, and then I did my evening injections. All right, guys, so I just wanted to come in and say that the negativity that I was experiencing yesterday is very much unlike myself, and I am not sure, but I definitely, it could be the hormones, it could be being in like a new place and not being like super comfortable, but I was definitely so irritated yesterday. But today we have to leave the house. We have an appointment with our egg donation team. So right after our morning injections, I'm going to hop in the shower and finally change out of these clothes that I have been rotting in for the past few days. Good morning. I am in the car and I'm getting ready to head to my second little consultation. I didn't see them yesterday, but I saw them the day before, and it's probably going to be the same thing. It's probably just going to be blood work, and then it's going to be like an ultrasound. But I wanted to show you guys. You can see already through this window how foggy it is, but look at this. This is insane. I am not from California, so I'm not 100% sure if this is like normal or not, but it's really cool. I like it. It's 8:44 in the morning and my appointment is at like 9:20, but I like to get there early. I'm just an early person. I like to get there as early as I can, and then I can just like relax and know that I'm not going to be late. Plus the roads here stress me out. The driving here stresses me out. It's just because I'm in a new area. But yeah, so we're gonna go and do all of that, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me as best as I can. Last time they had me do blood work, a questionnaire, and an ultrasound, and a photo shoot. This time I think it's probably just gonna be blood work and an ultrasound. So I'll see you guys when I get there. My checkup was really quick. They just had me do a little bit of blood work and then it took me to the waiting room so that I could get an ultrasound. And I want you guys to look super closely at my follicles. If you guys have been following along, look at how large those are compared to how big they were in the last ultrasound. It is crazy. After I was done, I have been craving a salmon bagel, so I decided to look up the closest bagel shop to me, and then I obviously checked their website to make sure that they had it, but they did, and I was so excited. I don't know why, but I was craving fish or salmon. And then I went back to the hotel and I pretty much just sat here and vegged out watching shows and eating food all day. It is now in time for my injection and I still haven't left this spot, still just rotting, but honestly my body is so bloated and I just feel so funky walking that resting is essentially the only thing that I can do at this time. The evening time is my least favorite injection. I don't know why, but this medication, whenever it goes in, it literally hurts so much. And honestly, sometimes the needle hurts too. This orange needle with the smaller dose that I take, the needle is more painful than the original needle that I use, and this liquid hurts. So overall, I don't have a good time during my nightly injections. All right, guys, another day, another form of injections. Now I'm up to 2 injections a morning with a little pill. It's the same thing. It's pretty repetitive, but this is the process. This is the journey, and I fully intended on taking you guys through the whole entire journey. Now, today I actually had a lot of energy, and my partner, who was feeling a bit under the weather, was also feeling really good, which was awesome because while we're here in California, we wanted to do some things and not just be stuck in the hotel the whole time. I do believe that we had a little bit of jet lag, but after 2 days of rest, we were ready to jump in the rental car and go explore a little more of what California has to offer. So we ended up going to downtown Santa Monica and LA, and there was so much traffic. I'm from Orlando, Florida. Like, I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida, but the amount of traffic and people that there were in Los Angeles was crazy. But we were determined to do some touristy things. So we jumped in the rental car and we headed to Hollywood Boulevard because duh, like what, of course you have to go. You have to go see the stars on the ground. That is literally iconic. Like, I've never been. I have to play tourist. Don't hate me. While playing tourist, we stopped at a Disney-themed Ghirardelli because my partner absolutely loves their chocolate and their ice cream. Unfortunately, I am lactose intolerant, so I just had his chocolate and his cherry and a little bit of the whipped cream. And that was just our first stop of street food. We also got some delicious orange juice because it just looked so appealing and refreshing, and it was a little hot outside. After the excitement of Hollywood Boulevard, we were getting a little overstimulated, so we jumped back in our rental car and took a little cruise close to the Santa Monica Pier. We were very close and we've never been, so of course we had to go. Also, I want to talk about these palm trees. I live in Florida, so we have a lot of palm trees, but these ones are just different. And then Alan wanted to go down another street that was super bougie. There was all of these big name brand buildings and fancy cars, and it was definitely a very, very expensive street, and it was really cool to see. I've never seen a road like this with all of these high class brands all together in one little street. Once we finished touring the city, we finally made it to Santa Monica. We stopped and grabbed a little slice of pizza across the street before making our way to the pier area. I also did stop and try some street corn because I've always seen it and smelt it, and it smelled so good, so I had to get some. And when we got to the pier, I noticed that the water was super brown, which was really strange, but we made sure to still go to the very end of the pier to check everything out, and then we spent some time playing some of the carnival games for the rest of the day.
Good morning. Ugh. I just listened to one of my friends' Yap sessions. I have a couple of friends that send me like videos every day. But now it's 8 o'clock and it's time to go. Whoa. Ouch. I'm gonna hurt. Damn. Today was good. Today was good. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little walk now. Okay guys, we are going to get some Panda Express. It was another rot day. Yesterday we traveled all day, but I don't know if I mentioned this already. My partner is really sick and I feel so bad. He's been sick since we arrived in California, so it's been like 4 or 5 days. And also, I haven't gone into depth with it, but I think our hotel is moldy. We'll talk more about it in a bit, but tonight he woke up and he wanted Panda Express. He hasn't eaten anything all day, so this is gonna be the first meal for him of the day because he wouldn't wake up to eat. Okay, so I just parked in the Irvine Spectrum Center, and this place is really cool. They have it's a big parking garage, and Panda Express is literally right outside this parking garage. I got a really good spot, and I'm glad that Alan and I kind of toured here first. It's when we first went to Yogurtland, like on the day one of us being in California. So I kind of like knew my way around a little bit better, so that was really nice. And then they also have these little lights, so it tells you like where there's open parking spots and when there's not, which just really helps with the whole anxiety factor of being like in a new place. I'm literally looking very bummy right now. I'm wearing the pants I wore to the pier yesterday with a t-shirt and a jacket, but I mean, who cares?
So we're gonna go get us some Panda Express. And then tonight is also a special night because at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be getting my trigger shot. And I believe I get my trigger shot like 48 hours before my surgery. My surgery's on the 29th, and or maybe it's 36. I think it's 36 because it's like a day and a half. So, yeah, I'm gonna be doing my trigger shot. I'll tell you guys about that a little bit more once I get my Panda.
I also had to shave, so I was like gonna shave like that.
Okay, the way that I literally just got lost in that parking garage, I don't know what happened, but honestly, I felt like I was in the back rooms for a second. I got all turned around. Hello, you are a little crooked and I apologize, but you are not on a flat surface. I'm going to unbuckle while I chit chat with you guys. So it is currently 9:40 p.m. and it is October 27th, and I am due to do my egg retrieval on October 29th. Now, we're in California, so that means we're on California time. We're just gonna round up to 10 o'clock, so about 1 a.m. Florida time. So I'm really sleepy. I forgot that this was part of the process. I don't remember coming in this late actually for my trigger shot, but that's okay. So that's what I'm here for. In about I think maybe at 9:50 I'll walk up there, and I have a number that I'm supposed to call that's supposed to be the nurse, and the nurse is supposed to let me in, and then we're going to be doing my trigger shot, which is supposed to be done, I believe, like 36 hours before the procedure happens. So that's why I'm going in now. And then they're also going to send me home with some pills because there's going to be pills that I have to take tomorrow on October 28th at nighttime. For the past 2 nights, I have not done any shots. So I did a shot this morning with you guys, and then we just kind of had like a rot day, and I just made food at the hotel and relaxed, and I took like a really long nap. I also found a trail this morning. I didn't take you guys on that. I just went by myself. Found a trail, which was really awesome. Tomorrow morning, I have another injection that I have to do at 8 a.m., I believe. I could be incorrect. I'm going to double check. Actually, I can double check now. So I don't have anything. So I think I could be done because tonight is Sunday night, and I'm going to be getting a shot and then like some sort of tablet that I got to take. So I have to arrive here at 10 to promptly be injected by 10:15. And then I do have a phone number. So I might not have to do injections tomorrow, which is amazing. That's so great. Am I done with my injections? That could be awesome. I have a number I'm supposed to call, and so I'm going to go up there in about like 5-10 minutes or so. And then we will be about 2 days out from my retrieval. Tomorrow, I do think if I don't have to wake up early, then that means I could sleep in, which could be amazing. But I do want to go. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of yawning. But it is like 1 a.m., so that's like not normal for me. Regathering my thoughts, regrouping. There is this coffee shop that I want to go to because I want to post a YouTube video, but the hotel Wi-Fi is trash. So, but also maybe I can try tonight. Maybe when I get back, I'll try and upload it tonight and maybe it'll work. But either way, there's a coffee shop and they have an ube matcha. I know it's from the Philippines and I'm Filipino, and at all of the little Filipino places that we go to, they have like ube ice cream or ube flavored this or ube flavored that. And I know it's Filipino and I really love the taste of it and I think it's so delicious. And I've never had it in a matcha. So I think like as a little treat to myself, I should definitely go get myself a little ube matcha. I'm going to walk up to the door, give them a call, let them know I'm here. I don't know how they're administering the shot or where, but I'm glad I don't have to administer it this time. Good morning. We just made it to the office. I'm back because I'm going to be doing a little bit of blood work. Yesterday, they had me do some information like filling out information on paper and then basically just signing some consent forms. And then they also had me take a pill. And after I took the pill, they went and they laid me down in the ultrasound room and then they gave me a trigger shot. That was that. But this morning I am back for some blood work. Just tonight at 8 o'clock, I have another pill that I have to take that they gave me. So blood work, another pill, and then tomorrow is going to be our retrieval day, which is so exciting because I'm so ready to stop feeling like this. But I'm feeling bloated. My body is so big. I am cramping. It's hard to walk. I was a little nauseous this morning, which sucked. So we're gonna go in and get our little blood work done, and then I think I want to go treat myself to an ube matcha. It is finally the big day. On surgery day, I needed Alan to drive me there just because I'm not going to be able to drive home. I got here around 8 a.m. because they have you do a slew of paperwork, mostly consent forms. And then they take you to the back where they show you where your bed is going to be, and they have you change into the hospital gown along with some very adorable grippy socks. This is me with my hairnet all ready to go, and I'm loving this mint color of these socks. Like, what? How cute. And then they also hook me up to a couple of monitors, take my blood pressure, and then after that I was wheeled out to surgery. I was absolutely starving when I woke up from my procedure, so my nurse was really sweet and gave me 2 bags of chips and I devoured them. Then afterwards they had a couple of different medical things they had to do. There was a pill that had to go in vaginally and then a shot in my belly, and then I got myself some breakfast because I wanted breakfast. Hello. A little check-in for you. I'm gonna nibble. I want to talk about my surgery because today is the day that I had my surgery, and it's 6:15 now, and I had it early this morning. This surgery is different than all of the other ones, even though this was my second time donating with this company. And I know it's different because, well, not that I don't know what they did internally different, but I know that there was a lot of things that were different this donation versus the last one. Like, they had me here for 2 weeks instead of like a week and a couple of days. And the medicine was a little bit different, and there was a lot more steps. There was a lot of things that they did this time that they didn't last time, like an IQ test. Now, going into my surgery, my nurse, Haley, is the sweetest, cutest human ever, and I really loved her, and she really made the process feel so smooth and so comfortable, and like I loved chit-chatting with her before and after. It really made the whole experience. Like, she was an amazing nurse, absolutely phenomenal. Right when I was done with this donation, they always want you to go to the bathroom to empty your bladder, like before and after. And going this time, obviously I still had some anesthesia, but every other donation, it's been a little problematic and it's been kind of hard to go to the bathroom. And after my other last 2 donations, I was wheeled out in a wheelchair. Whereas this time, I felt so good. I was like, I'm just gonna walk. And I walked to the car. And then we could have taken the elevator, but the hotel, like when you enter through the front and you go up the elevator, you have like a really long hallway because we're like the very last room. But if you park at the bottom and go up the stairwell, we're like the very first one. So we've made a habit of going up the stairwell, like scanning in that way. And then you literally go up like maybe a total of 16 stairs, like 8, like 2 little flights. And so I went slow, but honestly, I was like, I'd rather do that than walk down a long, treacherous hallway. Like, I don't want to do that. And I was able to do that. Now, I do know that the brunt of my pain was the following day on my last donation. So I've had 2 donations. On my very first donation, it was done in my home state of Florida. So when I was done with the donation, I got driven right home. And the only problem was I needed help, like going to the bathroom and then like sitting up and like moving, because my torso was like really, really tight. My second donation, it was that plus it was some sort of fluid like mixture gas that when it would move up into like my shoulder blade or wherever, I literally thought that I was dying. I thought that I was breaking a shoulder blade. It was absolutely terrible. It was the worst pain ever. I remember telling my partner and my mom and my dad, like, I will never do another egg donation. This was absolutely terrible. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Then obviously I did it again because I'm here. It's my third time. And this time was amazing. Like, I didn't need the wheelchair out. And some people, they can literally pop right up the next day after surgery, and you're technically supposed to be bedbound for 24 hours, but they're like, oh yeah, like I'm walking to go get my breakfast this morning or whatever. I felt great. Even walked downstairs to like get a little bit of like fresh air before my nap, and then I just took a really long nap. My partner went to go get me some fluids because I wanted some like coconut water and vitamin water. So he left to go get that. And I went out to the microwave, heated myself up like a little hash brown. And then I went to the bathroom by myself for the first time since going at the facility, where they have like all the things to like brace yourself up and down. And like that was a little painful. Like while I was going potty, like as I was peeing, I was like, ooh. But also, if you think about it, like my bladder's probably like pushing on my incision section, maybe, I don't know. And that was like the worst pain I've felt thus far during this process. The other day, maybe yesterday, I was feeling, yes, I think it was yesterday when I went and got my ube matcha. I was feeling sick. I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling bloated. They ended up getting 44 eggs out of me. My very first donation was 28. My second one was 32. And this one was 44 eggs. So if you think about it, we only like ripen up. Sorry if I'm sitting funny. I'm like, obviously, just went through surgery, so I'm going to be a little crooked. Yes. Anyways, so far so good. And I'll keep you guys posted. And we'll chat more soon. The next day, we are going to my post-op checkup, and I decided not to take my injection because I wanted my nurse Haley to do it. She's so sweet and I absolutely love her, and I knew I would have to see her again today anyways. And honestly, who wants to give themselves a shot in the belly, especially after you just went through surgery? Literally not me at all.
Done.
Yay! The last one!
That's fun. I know.
I went over my pills with her one more time and then got my blood pressure taken, and that was all. I was cleared by the doctor and I was good to go, so I went home. Hello. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. We are not completely done. I have a little update. So, on top of feeling 10 out of 10 and absolutely amazing, and being able to drive myself to my appointment today, my first day of surgery, being able to use the restroom on my own without any help at all has been amazing. So today, while I was at my post-op checkup, I asked them if it was possible for me to fly home early, if there was any way that they could arrange that, and they can, which was incredible. So we're going to be flying out tomorrow, which is Halloween, my favorite holiday, but that means we aren't going to have 3 days of just rotting in this apartment because there's nothing to do. I don't need to be here. I'm perfectly fine. I feel great to fly. Obviously, I can't bear a lot of weight, but that's fine because I have a partner and he can. And so today we went and we got a little bit of In-N-Out because I know that I'm not going to be able to get it when I get home. I've had a lot of In-N-Out on this trip. Don't judge me. I love it. And we don't have it. So if I'm craving it, every time I'm craving it, I'm going to go get it while I have the opportunity to do so. But either way, I just wanted to update you guys because they got it to where our flight is going to leave tomorrow at 1. Then we have a layover in Denver, and then we're going to be making it back to Florida right around midnight, so right around November 1st, but that beats not leaving until the 3rd and having basically 3 days of doing nothing, or 4 days, because it would have been the 31st, the 1st, the 2nd, and then leaving sometime on the 3rd. But I'm very thankful for how this donation went. I originally had asked for more days because of how much pain I was in after my second donation. So the fact that we are able to leave early is so beautiful. So I will see you guys on our travel back, and with more updates coming soon. They sent me home with a pharmacy. I was a little constipated. I feel like after every donation, I am a little constipated, so I had to do a little detox cleanse. But other than that, I recovered beautifully. I feel great. I'm home. The process is over with. I definitely would like to do it again, but can I get the same surgeon? Because, first of all, I loved his energy. Second of all, this was the least painful one, and I've done it 3 times. So, you know, he did a great job. Or my body just cooperated really well, because there was literally almost no pain. It's almost as if I feel it like I didn't have the surgery, but I know that that is not always the case, because I think this is it. I think this is the end of the journey. I'm going to be detoxing and just ridding my body of all of the hormones and working on some things for my gut and just trying to get myself back to regular, because I was injecting hormones, I was taking hormones orally, and I don't normally do that. So I need to cleanse my body, get all of those out of there, and who knows? I do know that I'm going to be embarking on a van build journey, and that is what my next little era of life is going to be, is building a van. We already have the van. We literally bought the van. Picture this. It's 5 hours before we have to leave Daytona Beach to head to Orlando to go to the airport to get ready to fly to California for my egg donation. At this point in time, I'm very tired. I have a set bedtime, and I know that we're going to have to be very, very early functioning, and he wasn't home when I went to bed at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. What was he doing? Well, for the past 2 weeks, he has been searching and visiting and going to tons of dealerships trying to find a van, because if you're new to this channel, if you go back on my videos, we lived in an RV together for about a year and traveled Colorado and went on some really epic road trips. I highly suggest you go check those out. But we lived in an RV together, and now we want to build a van so that we can get to more remote spots. And just because traveling in a van is going to be way easier and stealthier than traveling in an RV. So we knew this egg donation was coming up, and with it, money to help us finish the build. So we've been trying to find a van so that when we came back from this trip, we could just start building the van. And every single day he came home late, and every single day he came home with nothing, and that's okay. It's when you're buying a vehicle, like, you want to make sure that you're spending your money on something worthwhile, especially if it's going to be a van, something that you're going to live in for a while and build and live in full time for points of your life. So, to my surprise, it's about 10 o'clock at night and I'm sleeping, and my partner wakes me up and tells me to come outside. Obviously, I know what he's been doing these past weeks, so I had a feeling, but I just didn't think that he was actually going to come home with one tonight, especially when in 5 hours we have to leave, we have to go, and you still haven't even been to bed yet, sir. But that's okay. I go outside and there is a van there, our van that we're going to be building out. And it was beautiful. We sat in it for about an hour, chit-chatted, talked about some of our dreams in it with our friend Jessie. And then I said, okay, boys, I'm going to sleep. And Alan knew that he wasn't going to be able to fall asleep as quickly as me, sleep and then wake up and then be able to go to the airport. So he decided that he was going to stay up all night, which him and Jesse did. They all night. They started sound deadening and insulating the van. And so I woke up, I got ready. I already had our bags packed and I said, "Ready?" He said, "Yes." Jesse drove us to the airport and we headed to California with a van, sitting at home. So now that we're home, our next series of life is going to be building a van.